Hello everyone, it's Cassie. Welcome back for another Trinity Stamps video. Today we're going to be making a pet sympathy card. So I have pulled out our Cloud Companions stamps with the matching dies. This set is just really sweet, and then the dies that go with it, there's a die for everything in that set. We're also going to be bringing in the paw print heart stencil. Love that. We have some powder pink hearts as well, and then we're also going to be bringing in a few other things as we go along. So I've got a light blue piece of cardstock that I am trimming down to actually 4 inches by 5 1/4. I am going to be layering up this piece a lot, more than I typically do, because I was inspired by, believe it or not, my running shoes, the color of them, and I'll talk about that as we go. But I've got my Tonic platform. I am just using a little bit of mint tape to hold that piece of paper down, and then I'm going to use the magnets to hold my stencil in place, and then I am going to bring in some Villainous Potion Distress Oxide ink, along with one of my blending buddies. Now, I don't know about you, but I find purple to be a very soothing color. So when I think of sympathy cards, I think of purple. That's always the color that comes to my mind. And it's interesting to me, color theory and colors themselves, how they can invoke emotion. And I guess I would be curious if there's a color to you that's soothing. What is that color? Leave that down in the comment section down below, because I'm always curious. You know, my perception of things obviously is very, very different from a lot of other people's perceptions. But maybe you agree with me. Maybe or maybe you don't. Maybe you think purple is just not a soothing color, but it definitely is for me. So I have blended that color through our paw print heart, and now I'm going to bring in our gold palette. Now the gold palette that's in the store obviously looks a little bit different than this one. I have been using these paints for forever, and I still have a ton of paint. The paint that's in the store is less expensive, and it's a smaller palette, which is nice. But check it out. I splattered some of that rose gold all over that background. I love how that looks. I'm going to bring in a piece of some Express It cardstock and put that into my mini Misty. And then I'm going to bring in the stamps that I want for the front of my card. And I'm bringing in one of the cats, one of the little butterfly clouds, and a couple of the other clouds. We're going to ink that up with some jet black ink by Ink on 3, which is perfect for alcohol marker coloring. So that and the Express It cardstock are a good combination if you plan to do any sort of alcohol marker coloring. I'm going to cut down some pink cardstock. This is going to be slightly bigger than the blue. So it's going to be like 4 1/8 by 5 oh boy, math. Just slightly bigger than the 5 1/4. So, and then this purple piece of cardstock is going to be 5 1/2 inches by 4 1/4 inches. So the size of an A2 size card. I'm going to stamp out my sentiments as well onto some of that powder pink cardstock that I have. And then now we're going to color up our clouds. For our clouds themselves, I am using a cool gray, because all of the colors that I've chosen, that pink, that purple, the light blue, are all very cool colors. I figured the cool gray would work really well for our clouds. So I've brought in the CG1 and CG3. But for my cat and my little butterfly cloud, we're going to bring in some blue violets. I figured that would help these stand out just a little bit more, and it would go with our background that we've already made. It'll be subtle, but it's going to tie in pretty well. That BV 2.2 is a little bit lighter, obviously, and then we've got our 2.3, which is slightly darker, and then I'll blend that out just a little bit more with that 2.2. And I really do love how our little kitty and our butterfly have turned out. Now, I say that I was inspired by my tennis shoes. My tennis shoes are a light blue. They have purple accents with very light pink accents as well. They're actually really pretty. And it was a very soothing color combo to me. So I figured this, for me, would have been a perfect card or color combo to make a sympathy card. And so I'm going to use my matching dies. I love that there are matching dies for every piece in that set, along with our sentiments. And so I've die cut all of those out. And now I'm playing around with our placement on the front of our card. I realize that the cat's going to get a little bit lost with that busy background. So now I've brought in our Clean Cut Layers circles, set A. And if you do not have circle dies, set A and B are perfect. They're inexpensive, and they're going to hit every gambit of circle die that you could possibly need. I did cut it out of the center of our purple panel. No one's going to see that. It's going to get covered, and that way I'm not cutting up another piece of paper. So yeah, that's a good way to conserve a little bit of paper. So now we'll start adhering things together using our Crafty Gluefriend. So I'm going to attach the powder pink cardstock to the front of our purple. It's just going to be a little bit of that purple showing. Then we'll attach down our blue panel to our pink panel. So just a little bit of each of those is showing. And now I'm going to play around with placement, and once I've kind of decided where those are going to go, I'll attach down my circle with some more of that Crafty Gluefriend. And then I'm going to arrange our clouds, and I'll take a tiny piece of mint tape to attach them all together. I'll flip that over, and then I can put some foam tape on the back, so that'll adhere everything together. And then it's just a little less work, if that makes any sense. So I'll use my pickup stick to peel off the release paper on this foam tape, and then I'll attach down my clouds and peel back that mint tape, and everything is where it needs to be. I'll use my Crafty Gluefriend to attach down our sentiments. And again, I did those on that pink cardstock. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but I really love this color combo. And then I'll attach down our little butterfly, and then our sentiments as well that say "so very sorry." And then the other is "for the loss of your companion." Such a sweet sentiment. And then I'm going to bring in a base. So it's a white card base. This card base is going to measure 5.5 inches by 4.5 inches, or 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, scored at 4 1/4. So it is an A2 size card. But before we attach down our panel to our base, I'm going to bring in the stamp set one more time. And I'll grab out the other little cat cloud and another one of the butterflies from the Cloud Companion stamp. And then we're going to stamp that down with our Villainous Potion Distress Oxide ink. Really cute for the inside of this card. Next, we can use our Crafty Gluefriend and attach down our panel to our base. And then, of course, I can't stop there. You saw I brought in those powder pink hearts. So we're going to just pull out 3 of those. They are all the same size in this set, but they are such a pretty pink. And I'll use my pickup stick along with our Crafty Gluefriend, and then we can attach down our little hearts into little, a couple little places there. And then once that final heart is on there, that's going to finish off this card for today. I truly love how this turned out. Again, I would be curious as to know what colors are soothing to you. Leave that down in the comment section down below. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button. Definitely consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And big thanks for all of the support that you guys give me. It really does keep me producing videos, and I appreciate you so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.